Hi, all you ECE leaders out there. This is Christine Wilson with this week's morning tea, and I have my shout out to SC cup here, and I have a very beautiful honey and lemon blend today going on, so it's delicious and satisfying. Our thought of the day is coming in just a second, but before we begin, I just want to tell you all that I am shocked and amazed at the amount of response that I've been getting on these videos. I really want to say thank you to all of you out there who have watched the videos, made comments, liked me on Facebook. You should know that I post our, daily affirmations every single day. I tweet them. I want to thank the people out there who are retweeting my tweets and making comments on LinkedIn about some of my daily affirmations. So thank you all very much. It's just really good to know that the thing that I'm really the most passionate about, which is leadership in early childhood education, is being appreciated and watched. And so as a little thank you to all of you today, I decided to try to make my videos a higher quality, and I'm taping this today on my little video camcorder, and so hopefully you like this. You'll have an opportunity when the video is over to give me your comments and feedback, and I would love to have your comments and feedback. So let's get started. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking about organizational learning, and we're going to kind of touch on that a little bit today, because the topic of the day, as I promised you, is about coaching. And I have had a lot of requests, all kinds of different requests about, what I could share about coaching. And I thought about this because there's a couple of ways that I could go about this today. And so, I'm kind of a, why not have it all girl, so hey, if you can have cake and ice cream, why not have both, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about one aspect of coaching at the end of this video, but really the bulk of this video today is not just about coaching in particular, but it's really about any kind of support structure that you might have. But it's really about reorganizing, sometimes I can't talk, reorganizing structures in your program, your organization, or your agency. So, if you are an ECE leader in a program and you are receiving support of some sort, like coaching or consulting, or there's a person from an outside agency that's coming in as a third party and giving you some feedback on your program, this video is definitely for you. If you are not, and you are an ECE leader, this video is still for you. And if you are a person who just stepped into a leadership position, maybe you were a teacher for many years before, or maybe you were just a leader somewhere else and you moved to a new program or agency, this video is also just for you. So let's get it started. Let's talk about using your support structures effectively. So let me give you a little quick story about something that inspired me to get on this topic today and talk about it in the way that I'm getting ready to talk about it. And that is, I was just recently consulting myself, which is something that I do. If you want to learn a little bit more about the type of consulting I do, which is very different and unique, go to my website. Yes, this is a shameless plug. Go to my website. It is PreKCoaching.com. PreKCoaching.com. And there you can take a look at the way that I, go to programs and I actually diagnose performance gaps, even despite the fact that some of you out there already have support structures and coaches and things in place. A lot of times there is still a performance gap that they cannot get to, but I know how to. So definitely visit my website, PreKCoaching.com, and check that out. So I was at a program and I'm doing this diagnosis, which is called a gap analysis. And, there were organizational processes issues that were taking place, and that was contributing to the problems in performance that this preschool was having. Mainly, it was that 60% of the staff were not using any of the information that their support person was giving them, and they didn't regard it with much levity either, for another reason that was actually psychological. But the point is that there wasn't a very clear picture of how that program was using its support structure. And so I really want you to think about this today, especially for those of you that have a support structure, okay? If someone is coming into your program, you need to ask yourself a question. Do I have an overarching goal that is very clear and that I have articulated very clearly to this support person? Or am I having this support person come in and tell me what needs to be going on in my program and what the changes are? You understand that the difference between those two is, in the first scenario, you're working together with your support structure, and in the second scenario, you're sort of blowing in the wind with whatever this person is telling you is right at the time. And that is not the way that support structures should be used in its most effective and beneficial way for your program. And so to address this, you're going to have to do about 5 different very important things. I already named the first one, which is make sure that your overarching goal for your program is very clear and it's articulated very well. The second thing you need to do is you need to get your house in order, okay? So basically, what I mean by that is you might have to do some restructuring in your program. Now, I don't mean that you start giving other people different roles and responsibilities that they've ever had. But what I do mean is that if everyone is not on the same page, if everyone doesn't understand what the overarching goal is, how in the world can you have a highly structured program where everyone understands what the goal is? You can't, okay? And part of that is making sure that your support person also understands what their role is specifically. So if you're getting into this kind of restructuring, which is kind of a major initiative, it's like, now I'm going to actually sit down with this person, and every single time they come in, we're going to have these norms, okay? And maybe one of the norms is every time they come in, they sit down with you, the leader, first before they go in the classroom. And you go over once again what the overarching goal is, and then you talk together about how you're going to work that together. For, your long-term goal, maybe that person is going to go in and they're going to address some of your intermediate goals, and then you have your, the goals that you're going to have right away, that day. Things that need to be changed or looked at or addressed that very day. So it's very important that you sort of look at those things in this large, intermediate, and then immediate sort of a plane to look at things on. But I want you to understand that major initiatives such as that, which is just one, that's just one initiative change that you're going to have in your program with your support structure. That's really good enough. For those of you out there who are new to leadership, or those of you that have been in a leadership role and now you're in maybe a new place as a leader, please be careful with these structural changes and initiatives. Do not ever have too many. There's a really good reason why too many structures and processes changes are not durable and not beneficial in the long run. And the reason why is there's really no way that you can address the needs of everybody. That is not your job as a leader. Your job as a leader is to address the one goal that you have, that very clear goal. And if you need to, I want you to go back in my video series and I want you to read the first one where I talk about coming up with your top 5 lists of things that are important to the effectiveness and the health of your program. Go back to that video and do that, and then come back and watch this one again. So if you know your overarching goal, you're never going to leave those support structures vulnerable to just a lot of, emphasis on something different and new, okay? Use that person for exactly what they've been trained to do, and that's it. If they've been trained to come in, do an observation, and give you feedback, that's it. That's it. They shouldn't be doing anything else besides that. And sometimes I know you get really, like maybe this is the only person that you really get to get any kind of leadership support or feedback from. And you probably have lots and lots and lots of questions for them. And they might even invite you to ask them lots and lots and lots of questions. And that's okay. But as long as all those questions are very narrowly focused on what your structure of your program and the overarching goal is supposed to be. I hope this is all making sense to you. So let's move on to another really important aspect of using your support structures effectively. Be ready to work as a team, okay? This person that's supporting you, although they might be coming from another place, although they might have some authority, be ready to embrace them and work with them as a team. And be ready to make sure that you have open communication with that person, yourself, and your staff, so that everybody's always on the same page. And so that person really knows and understands how information should be communicated, either through you to them or all together. I mean, only you can make that determination of what's best for your program. And I want you to make those kinds of determinations. However, I also want you to realize that working as a team is always the most effective and productive way for you to use that support structure. Okay, and I think I'm on number 5 now, which is the last one. So your rules and your policies and your commands, basically your non-negotiables, need to have a lot of clarity, okay? So again, when I was working with this program and we found out that they had this organizational processes issue, one of the things we found out is that that support structure person and their staff didn't really have any rules or regulations or non-negotiables or even just, collective agreeables about how we were going to communicate and share information with one another in the most effective way. Okay, so that's basically the bulk of my video for you today. I really want you to think very, very, very hard about this. How am I as a leader taking charge, setting norms, creating great communication, articulating the overarching goal for the program, using my support structures effectively, and working as a team? Those are the things that I really want you to think about this week. Now, the other questions that people had for me about coaching were, hey Christine, I know that you've been coaching and consulting for years and years. I really want to know how you do what you do. And that's a great question. And I actually have been working on that for you all for a while. And I promise you that very, very soon, I am going to share with you everything that I know about being a coach or a consultant. And I think this is very exciting because there are a lot of people out there who want to retire and they want to get into some other aspect of early childhood education. There are a lot of teachers out there who are just really good and passionate about this one very good thing that they do, and they want to share that with the world. Or some of you, like a good friend that I spoke to last night, was, she's been teaching for years and years and years. She did some administration. She's not retiring, but she definitely wants to share her knowledge and her passion with the world. And so I have promised everyone, and I am promising you again, that I will have something incredible for all of you very, very soon. So I really want you to keep coming here to PreKCoaching.wordpress.com, looking at my videos. I'm going to start making some announcements. At the bottom of this video today, you're going to see a form, and I want you to fill out the form. It's basically an interest form. I want to get more feedback from you, but I also want you to share the link today with somebody else that you really admire, or just other teachers or ECE leaders, because I really want everybody to know that I'm offering you this free resource. For all of you ECE leaders out there who have ever felt sort of unsupported or alone, or you just haven't had some really good leadership, knowledge, affirmations. These are the things that I'm bringing you for free. So definitely share my link with someone you love, or even someone you don't. Maybe they'll love you after you share it with them. But definitely, just once again, thank you all for all of your support. Keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing this. And I'll have another great topic for you next week for sure. And don't forget that I have daily affirmations. I'm just getting ready to post one right now for you. So enjoy. Love and respect. It's Christine Wilson, and I'll see you again next week right here on Morning Tea. Bye-bye.